it's a love-hate relationship with those subtitles. But just to give you guys fair warning, there's more subtitles than I thought there would be. Not that it is what it is. Hi-ho everybody, it's the Gringo Scott here today, bringing you another daily dose of movie reviews with life lessons. Today we are looking at a based on true story movie called Borg Vs McEnroe, 2017 movie. Hey guys, be sure to subscribe for interesting movie theme activities with life lessons. Now, let's get started. Let's check out Borg Vs McEnroe, 2017. This general summary comes from the internet. It's the summer of 1980, and Bjorn Borg is the top tennis player in the world, dominating the sport both on and off the court. A powerful, rigorously disciplined player, there's only one obstacle in his pursuit of record-breaking 5th Wimbledon championship. The highly talented but ferociously abrasive young American John McEnroe. It's a pretty good internet guy. I would say this, it's pretty crazy the two of them, how they deal with the stress of playing in Wimbledon and the stress of all that, how each player deals with it differently and how they deal with the stress of the competition. That's pretty cool too. I don't remember Bjorn, but I do remember John McEnroe. I remember as a kid thinking like, oh my gosh, that guy has so many tempers. He would throw tempers on court. He would yell at the refs. He was such an angry little guy, dude. He was so mad all the time. It was crazy. I do remember him. That I remember about him. So that made me want to see this movie. I was like, oh, cool. There's a movie about him. Well, let's check it out then. And that's the general summary of this one, guys. Deeper meaning on this one, guys. This movie makes me think of perfectionism. Both players seem to be suffering from this on varying levels. Well, guys, according to Healthline webpage on perfectionism, this is the definition of perfectionism. People with perfectionism hold themselves to impossibly high standards. They think what they do is never good enough. And then there are people who mistakenly believe that perfectionism is a healthy motivator. But that's actually not the case. Perfectionism can make you feel unhappy with your life. It can lead you to depression, anxiety, eating disorders, self-harm, and other drug uses. And more often than not, it can lead you to stop trying to succeed. Even mild cases can interfere with your quality of life, affecting your personal relationships, education, or work. You may be experiencing perfectionism if you feel like you fail at everything you try. Procrastinate regularly. You might resist starting a task because basically you feel like you'll fail and not complete it completely perfect, so why even try? If you struggle to relax and share your thoughts and feelings. Become very controlling in your personal and professional relationships. Become obsessed with rules, lists, work, and alternately become extremely apathetic. According to this, it is okay to want to strive to do your best. However, it's unhealthy to try to be perfect at it. Progress, not perfection, is what I always say. That's my take on it, guys. But with all the advice I give on this channel, take what you want and leave the rest. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy. Overall opinion of this movie. The bad. Just a warning, there's a lot of subtitles in this movie, more than I thought on Bjorg's part, because he's Swedish, so they're subtitling all of his conversations. I don't really like subtitles for the following reason. I have good and bad contact days. On the bad days, I'm struggling to see what I'm reading on subtitles. At times, it's a hassle to read said subtitles. I like subtitles though because at times they add the realism in the movie because not everyone speaks the same language, and if you want to feel that, whoa, we're in a different language, speaking a different language, then they serve a purpose. But at the same time, while I'm reading the subtitles, I'm panicking about having to read them too fast before they go away. I'm struggling seeing the subtitles sometimes, and my contact lenses are giving me problems. And so in the end, I miss the whole visual thing of it. So I'm probably retaining maybe 70% of the conversation that way. For me, it's a love-hate relationship with those subtitles. But just to give you guys fair warning, there's more subtitles than I thought there would be. Not that it is what it is. But I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that.
Just know, there are subtitles. Okay?
Not a ton, but a decent amount. The good. I love the flashbacks that they use. They use flashbacks of both players. So they're already adults. They're already going into this Wimbledon match. Bjorn is number 4 wins at Wimbledon, going to be his 5th. John McEnroe is a new up-and-comer, never been to Wimbledon, I don't believe, and they think he might win. But you get to know these characters by, they show them in present time doing things, and then they do flashbacks of them kids in the tennis life. as adults and how they deal with stuff. So that was really cool, allowing us to understand the psychological aspects of world-class players. That was really cool. The actors. As usual, Shia LaBeouf plays an incredibly convincing John McEnroe. He plays anything incredibly convincing. He's a really good actor. The guy is one of those actors that I forget that it's him playing the character. I think if you guys really think about it, that's not that common. That doesn't happen that often. Most actors, your average actor, kind of plays a version of themselves playing a character. And you can recognize that it's so-and-so, or it's whatever, whoever it is. You can recognize it's them.
Shia LaBeouf
has this ability to disappear into the role. There's other actors in time, but that's not a real common thing that actors do. He really played this John McEnroe. I remember it was almost like him. It was pretty crazy. Another really cool thing, I was very surprised to see the math professor from Good Will Hunting. Clearly he's Swedish. Now my wife, she's like, duh, you didn't know he's Swedish? Because he's speaking Swedish. And I was like, what? He's speaking Swedish? Huh? Because it's no, I'm an actor playing a Swedish guy and I learned some lines or I speak a little bit. No, he's his native language. I was like, holy moly schmoly, he speaks Swedish.
Crazy.
I was totally like,
oh my gosh, dude.
Nah, know what I mean? In summary, this movie takes a very interesting view of the lives of Borg and McEnroe as they pertain leading up to the 1980 Wimbledon Tennis Championships. We got John McEnroe, which is a rising star, and the other is a man dealing with the pressure of being the best. That would be Bjorn. I did enjoy this movie. I really wish they had showed more of the matches, however. And for some reason, the based on tend to do this. Like they did that with the wrestling movie that I reviewed. They've done that with some other movies too. I can't quite remember right now. But a wrestling movie, for example, they were like barely showing the moves. They were showing the finishing moves. I'm like, what? So I didn't like that. And this one did the same thing. They didn't show the tennis matches very much. Guys, this movie is worth the view for sure. I give Borg Vs McEnroe, the 2017 based on movie of those real guys back in the 80s, tennis players, a rating of 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Hey, yeah, boy.